Knaub, and welcome to Moving Mountains. I'm here today with Mike Collins, owner of B&C Chocolates. Mike, so good to see you.
Thanks for having me, Lance.
Yeah, I mean, we've known each other a long time. We spent a lot of time together with the kids on flag football and basketball sidelines and have a lot of fun. And yeah, I mean, your entrepreneurial journey has been fun to see because a lot of it's happened in the last 5 years now?
Yeah, been about 5 years.
Yeah, so for everybody who doesn't know, take us back and tell us a little bit about you personally as well. I know you grew up in South Jersey and...
Yeah, I grew up in Medford Lakes.
Yeah.
Lived there basically my whole life. Now I live just outside of Medford Lakes in Medford. But yeah, grew up here my whole life. Really never left Medford. Worked in Medford. My business now is in Tabernacle, which is right next to Medford.
Yeah.
So I just love the area, so it's great.
Yeah. And well, tell us a little bit about, I mean, you started when you were 15 working in the chocolate industry, and tell us that story.
It was just like an afternoon, after-school job, you know, just to make a couple bucks here and there. And then I got the opportunity. He said, "Do you want to go to college?" And I said, I didn't really know what I wanted to do at that age. I was 17, you know, senior in high school, and he said, "Well, I'll send you to school and I'll teach you the business, and if you want to stay around." So I did.
Yeah, and what was the name of that kind of schooling and that kind of the certification or training?
So it was a school out in Erie, Pennsylvania. It was put on by the RCI, which is Retail Confectioners International.
Okay.
And it was a short course, and it was with Gannon University and a local candy store. So you did some hands-on making, some technical stuff at the university. So I learned a lot there, and then basically you learn a lot on the job too.
Yeah.
When you have a teacher, a great teacher. So.
Okay. So after 26 years then, this is the part that's really exciting, right? Because I was just sort of starting to figure out how to help entrepreneurs and put a mastermind together in 6 weeks, and that's when a lot of stuff happened.
Yeah, I think
Tell us what really sparked that. That was 2018, right?
I think I was one of your first masterminds, right?
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, and they kind of guided me through the journey. It was like very scary because I'd never left, I've been there so long, never went out on my own. So left my job, started an online business, and then now it's a brick and mortar. So
yeah, and I mean, you had some hard conversations with the organization, right? Because you were really planned to be there. After 26 years, you were envisioning it, and things, you know, weren't exactly as you envisioned, and you were willing to go for it. And yeah, I mean, everything from how to leave properly to, you know, agreements and even setting up, because you started renting from another existing business.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, so yeah, they talked me through all of it. It was, you know, get everything in writing, find the mistakes that you made the first time around, and
right, because I guess that was part of the story, right? Yeah.
It's very good. So that's it was a real big help to talk to other entrepreneurs that kind of have gone through a similar, not the same journey, but a similar journey. And
the name was really special, right? BNC.
Yep, represents my kids, Braden and Chase. So. Now it's grown from there. I took on a business partner.
Totally, and tell us that part of the story. It's sort of like the next chapter,
Yeah, the next chapter was basically I was delivering online to people's homes and during COVID, and I delivered to a friend of mine that I played softball with, and his brother happened to have an empty restaurant and a commercial kitchen, and he said, "What do you think about opening a store?" I was like, "I'm all about it." So yeah, it kind of sprung in the middle of COVID. We got together and made a business plan and put it into action, and now we've been Brooks Collins for about 3.5 years now. Yeah,
and so what would you share to people who are thinking about having a partnership like that? What are some of the things they should look for to find good partners? And
yeah, I think honesty, you know, someone you can trust. So when you get a good feeling about someone, I know, like he told me years after, he's like, we asked around to everybody about you just to see what kind of guy you were before I let you into my building, and because we used his building and stuff. So, but yeah, I felt really comfortable with him and his brother, very honest people, and I thought it was a great partnership.
Yeah, and I happen to know the Tarzi family, right? And Barry, the father, and I mean, that whole family is so entrepreneurial. They've got a whole you know, conglomeration of businesses working together, and you know, Barry's amazing. He knows, you know, Stephen Covey, and you know, he's done it all.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Jim owns a ton of businesses. Mike owns Just Between Friends Catering, which is a great, he's had that for 25 years. So he has a stable business mind. So
Yeah. So, okay, so much has happened in the last 5 years. You know, that's pretty amazing. So tell us, you know, some of your specialties and also some of the differentiating factors with B&C Chocolates.
So I think we're small, but we can still do a lot, and we're very customer based.
Yeah.
So like if someone wants a baby shower, a special thing, we can do that. You know, if someone wants a special, like 5 pieces of one thing, we can do that. We're not so big that we will turn away anyone that wants to do the little things, because that's kind of where we started. So we have no problem doing the big things, getting into, you know, other stores and stuff like that, wholesaling and stuff like that. But our niche is, you know, customer service, getting our product out there, and being able to provide the community. We do a lot of fundraising for the community. We give back to some of the organizations, a lot of the schools, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's
Too humble on some of your great items. I know, like the chocolate covered blueberries I've brought to like family gatherings. I mean, they're just out of this world, right? So.
Yeah, it's something not a lot of people do, because we use fresh blueberries, get them right from the farm in the summer. You know, in the winter, obviously, we have to go somewhere else. But yeah, they just explode in your mouth. So
Yeah.
it's a pretty good item. The pretzels, truffles, all kinds of stuff like that. We specialize in it all, and I pretty much have, over the years, taken from different people. I've gone to different businesses and taken their ideas and just made it my own.
Okay, great. And I love that word chocolatier. That probably goes back to, you know, your training and Erie and whatnot. So I feel like something else that makes you special is all the community work and like the fundraising. I mean, you have some really special, you know, offers, and you guys you're out there doing a lot of things. How can some organizations, youth teams and schools and whatever, you know,
we have an
how can they connect with you?
We have an online site, or you can just call the shop. We give a 25% right off the bat of any product, and we can pretty much customize it to anything. So if you want to do a St. Patrick's Day fundraiser, we can do Irish potatoes. If you want to do an Easter one, we can do Easter bunnies.
Yeah.
So we can customize it, and we do it through all online. We set up a Google form, and they just go in and fill it out, and it's really easy, and it seems to be working well. There's no brochures sent home or anything like that. People just log in, purchase it, send their money probably via Venmo, and then it's really easy. And like I said, they get 25% back right off the top.
That's
so,
amazing.
Yeah. Each organization, whether it's a football team, basketball team,
Well,
school.
hopefully we can get the word out more about that, because, you know, all the organizations need, you know, more fundraising opportunities as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, congratulations on all this success.
Thank you.
5 years in, or 6 years. Time goes fast.
Go fast.
So, yeah. So, how does so much I want to talk to you about? What can you say to somebody out there that might have, just like you, not think they ever wanted to go the entrepreneurial route? You know, what would give them confidence? What would you tell people that really might want to spread their wings and do it?
Well, going to work for yourself every day and seeing your name on a box is way more gratifying than working for someone. I mean, working for someone's great, but when you can walk into your own business and see your name there and see your accomplishments and pass it on to your children, creating a legacy for yourself, I think that's the most important and the most gratifying thing.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So, you're accomplishing some big things, and you're fearless, especially after 26 years, right? The same organization. But we always like to ask, I like to ask, how entrepreneurs get through low points, challenging times. And I know most recently you just went through like a major life-threatening, you know, scare and major surgery with the Whipple.
Yeah.
So tell us how you do it and mindset, and now you're back to playing basketball and doing all the things again.
Yeah, it was a tough surgery. It was one of the hardest things I ever had to go through. 8.5 hours surgery, you know, seven days in the hospital, 6-week recovery. But you know, I just battle through it. I don't like to lose. I'm very competitive. So whether it's sports, whether it's business, whether it's like when I was in the hospital, I was up walking. I'd walk hundreds of laps at night, throughout the night, just because it kept my mind off, and I wanted to get better so fast that I would just walk. And even when I got home, I would wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and just take walks around the neighborhood. And I might have overdid it a little bit, but I wanted to get back. And same with business. I want to be the best. I want to have the best chocolate. I want to, give the best customer service. Just kind of, and it's kind of comes from sports, I think. Like,
okay.
I've always stepped on a court and wanted to be the best player on the court, but
yeah.
it doesn't always happen. But you always want to strive to win and stuff. And I think that's how I kind of lead my life.
Okay, no, that's great. Great mindset and way to apply your athletic passion to business. So that's probably a good point right now where we'll take a quick commercial break, and we're going to come back and talk to everybody about, especially with like a newer business, how you stay charged up, healthy, and avoid burnout, which I like to talk about so much. All right, everybody, stay tuned. We're going to thank our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Angela Pipersberg, and I have a new show here in RVN Television called The Angela Pipersberg Show. And I want you to join me every week as I sit with guests and we discuss their life journeys, share wisdom, and tips that will inspire you to live your best life. Don't miss The Angela Pipersberg Show every week here on RVN Television, where we're celebrating life and we're inspiring you to greatness.
Hi, I'm Dr. Esther Malabe, and welcome to my show, Achieving a Better You.
Goals in any field and on any level. So tune in, watch me on the RBN network on how to achieve your goals and be a part of that 8%.
Hi, I'm Angela Pipersberg, and I have a new show.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lance Knaub. Welcome back to Moving Mountains. I'm here today with Mike Collins, owner of B&C Chocolates. Mike, so good to see you, and such good stuff in the first part of the show. So this is when I really love to ask entrepreneurs how they stay healthy, avoid burnout, avoid all the overwhelm, and especially with a newer business and a young family. How much sleep do you get on average? How do you tell us about your lifestyle? And
well, the good thing about the candy business is it's very seasonal. So, you get really busy at Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day, and summer it's kind of slows down a lot. So you got to take advantage of the downtime and, still work and come up with ideas, but that's when you kind of rest and relax.
Okay.
I try to get enough sleep every day, but at Christmas time, obviously, or Easter, it's a little tougher, but
yeah.
Yeah.
And how much sleep would you say you get on average?
Probably 7 hours.
Okay, good.
Yeah, 6.5, 7 hours.
No, that's good. And I know you talked about how important like an athletic mindset is. How much exercise you doing? Nutrition, mental health? Do anything for that?
Yeah, I try to play basketball every Sunday. We just started back up. I work out at home. I try to stay active as much as possible.
Yeah.
I'm constantly moving, constantly on my feet. So, but I constantly eat chocolate, which is always tough too. So you got to do a little bit. And since the Whipple, I have more prone to diabetes. So I got to watch what I'm eating. So,
yeah.
I lost quite a bit of weight when I had the surgery, almost like 40 pounds. I've gained some of it back, but it did took a little toll on my body. But
for sure,
I'm definitely coming back stronger, I think.
Yeah, and I'm just finishing Peter Attia's book, Outlive. I know I mentioned it to you, and man, it's kind of eye-opening to really be able to do what you want to do in life, in your 60s, 70s, 80s. People don't realize that they have to be like the top, a couple % of fitness in their earlier years, or else you're just not going to be able to, do some serious stuff. So, so you're doing all the right stuff. That's good. So talk to us about who your ideal clients are, like who you really love to serve.
Okay, so first the community is first. I would think that's the most important. We love having everyone just come in the shop and bring their kids in, give them a sample, whatever. And then as a business aspect, corporate accounts, that's where, giving our gift to your clients, to your employees, I think that makes a great gift at the holidays, no matter whether it's Christmas or Valentine's or whatever.
Yeah.
But corporate gifts are a big part of our business.
Okay. Yeah, I'll actually go into a meeting tomorrow over in Plymouth meeting with some guys helping a new SaaS company. I'm going to see if I can bring them a special treat as a gesture.
Okay,
I think
perfect.
that'll be fun. Yeah. So all size companies, right? And I mean, is there anything too big, too small? And how do they need to pick it up from you, or like you guys can get things there, and how fast?
We actually deliver. It depends on the size of the order.
Yeah.
The good thing is right now we are basically at less than a week turnaround. So even at Christmas time, people would call us and maybe order 100 trays, and then they'd call and like, oh, I need 25 more, and we'd have them the next day, and we'd run it out to them. So it's really nothing's too big, nothing's too small. I mean, obviously, we haven't gotten that huge order where we're like, uh-oh, we're going to be working all night. But we've had a couple late nights where we just bring everyone, all Mike's family, Jim's family, my family, and we just whack it out. And so if we had to stay till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, we would. But we haven't had that huge order yet, but we're getting there.
Okay, good. Well, that's the small business spirit to get it done, and that's where it becomes, in conflict with like the perfect lifestyle, of stability. But it sounds like you guys are navigating it. And you mentioned it earlier about legacy. So what does the future look like? I know Braden and Chase are both working in the business now, and tell me about the future.
Well, who knows what the future is going to bring, but Braden loves the chocolate business. Like Chase, he's into sports. He's plays sports almost every season in high school. Braden's still trying to find what he wants to do, and he loves working there, so he works most of the hours. So hopefully he'll take it over one day, or whatever he wants to do. But he's looking to take business classes, going to school for business, whether it's college or a community college or whatever, and learning how to run a business. So that'd be great for him, his knowledge, and taking it over when I'm ready to pass it on to him.
No, that's exciting. I can't think of anything more special than working with your kids. I'm actually, Sage and Aspen and Sierra are helping me a little bit now with some marketing things, and it's a lot of fun.
Cool. Yeah, isn't it great? Like when you get to spend time with them and you teach them and accomplish something at the same time. Yeah,
but certainly, not like interest in like taking over a company. So that's even more special that you have that immediate opportunity. I love that. So if you could really like summarize and like consolidate some of your best thoughts for entrepreneurs and especially for you for people that are in W-2 type positions that want to, go out on their own, either if they have side hustles or not, how do they get there? Do they really need to go fast like you did? And just overall, what are your best consolidated thoughts for entrepreneurs that want to do big things in life and business?
Yeah, I don't think you have to go fast. I think you have to go at your pace.
Yeah.
But just follow what you can do. Because if you try to go too fast and try to do too much at once, maybe it'll be overwhelming. But I don't know if I went fast, because I don't think I've done anything really fast. Like I went to the mastermind groups, but I always planned it out. I always had a vision, and I just went after it. I think that's the most important thing, is try to have a vision and try to follow it through.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know things happened in that 6 weeks. It was very fast, and you didn't walk in there even knowing that you were going to do that. So I do think you're really, once you make up your mind, you are going to get results and get things done. That's a strength of yours.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm good at, is like getting things done. It just takes me a little while to get there sometimes. But 26 years at one company, I was there for a long time before I did my own thing. But
yeah. Anything within your business or the chocolate organization that we didn't talk about today that you want to highlight?
Not really. I mean, the chocolate organization, I'm a member of the Retail Confectioners Association of Philadelphia.
Okay.
I'm on the board of directors for that. We run shows and stuff.
Where are they? When are they? How can
they're
we?
Usually twice a year, January and September. They're free to enter for anyone in the business.
They're
right now, the next one is actually at Kalahari up in the Poconos.
Oh, okay.
So we can make a weekend out of it. We just had one in Cherry Hill at the DoubleTree.
Okay.
It's a good organization. We teach people about chocolate. There's seminars and stuff like that. So they can learn a lot. And the organization is great because if you have a problem, you can lean on other people. I call other candy makers all the time, and they have no problem sharing their secrets or helping someone out. So It's great.
What's new coming in the industry, and can people stop in almost like Hershey's and see chocolate making in action?
Yeah, like
at the store?
we don't make it every single day, but definitely Saturdays and Sundays I'm usually there. They can look right in and see what I'm doing, and I'll explain it to them. I'll tell them what's going on.
Very cool.
What's new in the industry?
Any technology changing the industry, like AI?
I haven't heard a whole lot of AI in the industry. The machinery is a lot of the old school machinery. Like
Yeah.
stuff is made on machines that are 40, 50 years old. They're still
Okay.
working. So,
Yeah.
I mean, there's new modern stuff, but the chocolate industry, it's basically the same probably as Milton Hershey had it 100 years ago. I mean,
Okay.
chocolate's chocolate. It's just different forms of it and people adding different things, sometimes you go through trends where spice is in, where people want like habaneros and chocolate and stuff like that. And then there's other things where it's like fruit and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I mean, speaking of like different things, where does cannabis fit into the equation?
So cannabis is getting way more popular.
Yeah.
Edibles, obviously. I don't know a whole lot about that, but in New Jersey, it's very regulated. You have to have a lot of licensing, multi-millions of dollars to back it. So you won't see cannabis made in like the small businesses, but I've heard a lot of, obviously the dispensaries are all carrying it, and even the CBD. I think we can actually, as a small business, do CBD, but obviously once you put THC in it, it becomes a whole different licensing thing.
Yeah.
And all that. It's very, very regulated, very controlled, but
Okay.
it's definitely one of the things that are coming up for
Okay.
sure.
Okay, good. So where can everybody follow you and get chocolate? Tell us your website, your socials, all the best ways.
Yeah, we're at BC Brooks Collins Chocolates Brooks Collins Chocolates on the web. Our brick and mortar store is 1522 Route 206 in Tabernacle.
Okay.
We're right on the main road. We're connected to Just Between Friends Catering, so that's where you can go get us. You can call us anytime, fill out a Google form on our website, and we'll get right back to you. Instagram, Facebook, all those things.
Okay, very nice. Mike, thank you for sharing your story. So glad you powering through, all the things, health issues, entrepreneurial challenges.
Thank you.
Glad to see you thriving and doing well.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, so thank you so much. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us today. And please come back next week for our next episode.